So today I'm going to show you how to clean some extremely dirty wheels on this BMW Z4 sports car. Now, German cars tend to have extremely hard brakes, and it's a fast car. It goes hard, it stops hard, and it kicks up a lot of brake dust. You can see that this car has been driving for only a week without being cleaned, and look how dirty this is. I'm just going to put my finger across. Look at all that. It's extremely dirty. So when I'm cleaning wheels with water, which is how I basically really need to clean this wheel with water, I like to use a few products and a few different brushes to get the perfect results. So in the bucket, I'm going to put some Mr. Pink shampoo. So I don't want a lot of suds, but because this is brake dust and it's very abrasive, I want a lot of lubrication, just so I don't scratch up any of the paint or any of the coatings on the wheels, and it just helps the brushes get into the back of the wheel a lot easier. So I'm going to use some Mr. Pink. I'm going to spray the wheel down with some Diablo Wheel Gel. Now this gel is super thick. I mean, it's infused with oxygen, so if you can look in there, you see millions of tiny little bubbles. So that helps really clean any surface that you're working with. Now this dilutes at least 3:1 to get the proper result, so it'll actually spray from the sprayer. I like to use Nonsense, an all-purpose cleaner, to scrub parts like rubber tires with a stiff brush, just to get all of the dirt, grease, and old dressing out, so when I apply fresh dressing, it goes in, stays there longer, and looks better while it's doing it. Now over here I have a special wheel bucket. So this is a bucket that I use only when I'm cleaning wheels. I never mix this when I'm cleaning the rest of the car. I never use this bucket when I'm cleaning paint, only when I'm cleaning wheels. I never want to mix the brake dust with what's going on the paint. I've got a few brushes. I got the Concours wheel brush. This is a great fluffy brush with nice soft bristles. So I'll use this to actually get in between the spokes to clean the barrel of the wheel. So when we clean the wheel, we'll get all the dirt out from the middle, so we don't have any dirt slinging around as we drive. I also have this Fender brush. So this has a long curved handle, so I can get in between the wheel and the fender liner and scrub out all the dirt from the inside of the fender liner. I got a couple shorter brushes, super stiffy brush to scrub out the rubber on the tire, and a nice soft green flag tip brush to clean the actual face of the wheel. And then one more brush. I have the goat brush here with the boar's hair, so I can get into the lug nuts to clean all that, as well as the brake calipers and any parts like around the valve stem and things like that. So to get started, let's go add a little Mr. Pink to the bucket. I'll do about 2 ounces in there, just for extra lubrication. I'm going to get my hose. I'm going to activate all the suds. There we go. Got some nice sud action. Now, I actually already have some Diablo pre-mixed over here, so I got the bottle ready to go with a sprayer. And now, first things first, I'm going to rinse down the wheel and the inside of the fender liner to get the process started. All right, cool. Now that I've got the wheel and fender all soaked down, knocked off a lot of the loose brake dust, I'm going to use some Diablo. So this is a super sticky soap. It is on my pH balance, so it's safe to use on all wheel types. Non-acidic, it's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to spray deep into the barrel of the wheel too. I'm going to spray all the brake parts, the caliper. I'm going to get all in here. So this is a super sticky soap. It helps loosen and pull off all this really stuck on nasty brake dust, just so when we go to agitate it, it lubricates all that nasty brake dust so we don't scratch any parts of the wheels. So I'm going to let that dwell on the wheel for a second, and while that's working, I'm going to get this body brush with a curved handle, get some suds in here, and I'm going to go into the actual wheel well to clean out the wheel well. It's been raining a lot here in Southern California, finally getting some rain. The problem is now we get mud and all kinds of dirt and grease off the road. It sticks in the fender liners. So I'll go ahead and rinse off my brush, get some more suds going. do the top of the wheel arch. This brush is a real lifesaver if you like to detail the undercarriage of your vehicle. You don't have time to take off the whole wheel. There we go. All right, so now our wheel well is clean. So now the Diablo has had time to work. It's removing a lot of this stuck-on brake dust here on the wheel. I'm going to take my Concours wheel brush, get a lot of suds on that. See, it's holding a lot of water. This has been in the water, and it holds all the water and soap very well. It doesn't just run out. It just gives it time, so when you go deep into the well, deep into the barrel, you're actually doing a lot of cleaning. Now this wheel's pretty dirty. I'm going to agitate all this dirt out and get behind the spokes. And I'm definitely going to go back in the bucket right away because I need a lot of suds, a lot of soap to clean this wheel out. Look at all that brake dust. It's just melting off. It's super important to get brake dust off as soon as you can. It's actually very corrosive. It's very bad for things like wheels and rims and paintwork if you don't remove it quickly. It can actually corrode and rust out your wheels. So they'll go from this nice dark gray color, then they'll turn green and get pitted and really bring down the look and the value of the car. Now the owner of this car actually takes very good care of it. It's already almost, well, it's well over, I'm like 10 years old, but you'll see underneath some of this brake dust, the car is actually, the wheels are actually in fantastic shape. It's like we say, an ounce of prevention, such as good detailing, good wash habits, is better than a pound of cure. And look at that, the wheel is now getting nice and clean with just a few products in a couple seconds. Now I'm going to take soft green wheel brush. This brush is nice and soft. All the ends are flagged, which makes it good, nice and soft. So this brush is safe to use on body panels, on paintwork, or things like the wheel face. Get in here, scrub down, agitate, and just brake dust on the front of the wheel. Here in the BMW. At the face of all these spokes. Look at that. It's looking a lot better. Just a couple products. Let me see. Now I gotta find my goat brush. Here it is. I'm gonna get the goat brush. I'm gonna use this to clean out the lug nuts. Here we go. Fits right in there, no problem. Clean all this stuff out. This is one of the hardest areas to clean if you don't have the right tools, the right products. You see all that brown, all that dirt, all the brake dust melting right out of there. This wheel's coming back to life. It's looking a whole lot better. Just a couple minutes. I'll get here around the valve stem. And I'll just do the brake caliper really quick. See how much I can knock off in here. Oh yeah, look at that. It's been good. It's good to rinse off your brush frequently. Get all the dirt out of the brush so you're not moving it around across whatever part you're working on. Good. Now the brake caliper's clean. The whole wheel's looking pretty good. Now I'm not quite done because I still need to clean off any old dressing and grease and dirt from the actual face of the tire. So for that, I'm going to get my nonsense here. This is already diluted. I think I got it at about on my 10-to-1 for exterior purposes. I'm just going to spray it all over the actual rubber on the wheel. So nonsense is an all-purpose cleaner. You can use this on exterior parts of the car. You can use this on interior parts, carpet, upholstery. You can even use it on paintwork in some cases. It's great for engine bays. It's great for removing stains from fabric and upholstery and to get grease and old dressing out of tires. So I'm going to use the Stiffy blue brush. This is a very stiff bristle. I'm going to use it to scrub out all that stuff from the tire. Now I'm being careful. I'm not rubbing any of the rim with the actual brush. I'm just getting the rubber tire. So I'm coming in here at an angle, scrubbing out all that junk. Again, returning to the bucket frequently. So I'm not just moving that dirt around. There we go. Nice. So that wheel's looking very good. Just took a couple seconds. Now I'm gonna rinse the wheel down. It's important, you don't wanna leave any of this dirt on the wheel. I mean, I've removed a lot of it, but I've also just moved some of it, and a lot of it's still on the wheel. You don't wanna let that sit there for too long. So I'm just gonna clean off the wheel. Get here in the wheel well. And there you go. That is one very clean wheel and tire. So now we removed all that brake dust, all the mud, all the grease and dirt. The wheel well is nice and clean as well. We got nothing going on in there. Now the wheel is nice and clean. So to dry it, I'm going to use one of our new gray Workhorse towels. So gray, we like to use for metal work, if it's polished, if it's chrome, if it's a metal rim, things like that. This is when we like to use a gray towel. It's brand new. You got a tag. You want to take the tag off. Always take tags off of your towels. You don't want to ever have any tags because paper can scratch paintwork. So get a towel, fold it into fours. Come in and wipe down the face of the wheel. Oh yeah, look at that. This wheel's looking nice and fresh. Catch any drips. So there you go. That just took a few minutes. You want to do this at the beginning of your weekly maintenance wash or the beginning of your detail process. It's good to clean the wheels first. That way you don't leave any water standing on the paintwork any longer than you have to. You avoid any water spots, installing any water spots, and you get the best result by cleaning the filthiest part of the car first. And any dirt that falls off of the rest of the car and goes on here, honestly, that'll rinse right off because brake dust is the nastiest stuff anywhere on your car. I'm going to take a corner of the towel. I'm going to wipe off the face of the tire, pull off any water, residual dirt and dressing. So now, face of the wheel is clean, but I really want to set off the tire with some dressing. So for that, I'm going to get some of our Silk Shine. This is our Silk Shine. It's a water-based dressing, and it gives, on a scale of 1 to 10 of shininess, it's about a 7. So it's a nice bright shine without being too wet or too overpowering. So this is a great look for any car on the road, especially for older cars when you don't want a very bright shine on things like rubber and vinyl. So I'm just going to take a few drops here in this curved applicator and spread it on the face. There you go. Now, some people ask, do your dressing sling? No, dressings actually sling. It's about how you apply it. The mistake a lot of people make is they spray the dressing straight from the bottle right in the tire. It pools here in the treads. As you drive away, dressing slings. So we're going to avoid that. I'm going to use this curve lip too to get in here between the rim and the tire itself. Get in here like that. Just going to work it in really quick. Now that is a beautifully dressed tire on top of this bright, clean wheel. I'm going to take one more towel, one more fresh towel. Take off any tags. Pull on the fours. I'm just going to catch any dressing I might have gotten on the wheel, as well as I'll give the dressing a quick wipe because the owner wants a nice, crisp shine without a lot of greasy look. So that is how you get a perfectly clean wheel and a freshly dressed tire. We just used a few products, the right methods, and some water, and we got a great look on this wheel. Now, I got to get to it. I got 3 more to do before the owner gets back. I don't want to give him one wheel and have the rest of them look really dirty. If you guys have any questions, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have over 600 videos showing you how to detail just about anything. If you want to learn more about our products, all the links are right below. And you got a nice car, so let's keep it clean with Chemical Guys.